Northwest. The name itself is a headline. She was born into a world of flashbulbs and fame. Her mother is Kim Kardashian, a woman who built an empire from reality television and redefined modern celebrity. Her father is Kanye West, a musical genius, a visionary artist, and a figure of constant public fascination. From the moment she was born on June 15, 2013, North was not just a baby, she was a cultural event. Her very existence felt like the ultimate collaboration between two of the most talked about people on the planet. She was a princess in the new American royalty. For years, that is how we saw her. She was a stylish accessory on her mother's hip, a tiny figure in custom-made designer clothes, sitting front row at Paris Fashion Week. She was the subject of countless paparazzi photos, and a recurring character in the grand narrative of the Kardashian-Jenner clan. Her life was documented for the world to see, a childhood unfolding on social media feeds and television screens. The question lingered in the public consciousness. Could she ever be more than just the daughter of Kim and Kanye? Or was her destiny simply to be a reflection of their immense fame, forever living in their shadow? The expectation was enormous from the very beginning. People wondered if she would inherit her mother's business sense or her father's artistic fire. Would she be a model, a mogul, a musician? Her parents' legacy is so powerful, so all-encompassing, that it seems almost impossible to escape. Every step she took was compared to theirs, every outfit was analyzed, every public appearance was scrutinized. It is a heavy burden for anyone to carry, let alone a child just trying to figure out who she is. The world had already written a story for her before she could even speak, but something interesting began to happen. Small moments started to break through the carefully curated image. We saw glimpses of a personality that was entirely her own, not just a smaller version of her parents. A funny face made at the camera, a bold fashion choice that felt uniquely hers, a sassy comment that revealed a quick wit and a surprising level of self-awareness. It became clear that Northwest was not just a product of her environment, she was a person, a force of nature in her own right, and she was just getting started. The world was watching, waiting to see what she would do next. It was clear from a young age that Northwest had creativity flowing through her veins. It was not just about the expensive clothes she wore, it was about how she wore them. She began playing with fashion, mixing and matching pieces with a confidence that defied her years. She would direct her own photo shoots, telling her mother how to pose and what angles to use. She painted elaborate landscapes, showing a genuine talent for visual arts that her father proudly shared with the world. This was not just a child playing dress-up, this was a young artist exploring her mediums. She was born into a world of aesthetics and she absorbed it all. Her connection to music was just as profound and undeniable. Being the daughter of Kanye West means growing up in a recording studio, surrounded by beats and rhymes. But North's passion was not passive. She famously stole the show at her father's Yeezy Season 8 fashion show in Paris. At just 6 years old, she grabbed the microphone and performed an original rap with astonishing confidence, commanding the stage like a seasoned professional. The audience was captivated. It was a raw, unfiltered moment of pure creative energy, a sign that she had inherited her father's fearlessness and love for performance. Beyond the big stage, her creative spirit shines through in everyday moments shared on social media. We see her choreographing intricate dance routines with her friends, her movements sharp and full of personality. We see her experimenting with special effects makeup, transforming herself into fantastical characters with skill and imagination. She uses platforms like TikTok not just to follow trends, but to create her own. She is a director, a performer, a stylist, and a comedian, all rolled into one. Her creativity is not limited to one single outlet, it is a constant, explosive force. This early display of talent is more than just a hobby, it is the foundation of her identity. While her parents provided the tools, the access, the resources, the platform, the vision is all hers. She is not simply mimicking what she sees, she is interpreting the world through her own unique artistic lens. She is taking the legacy of fashion and music that she was born into and is actively shaping it into something new. Her art is a way for her to communicate, to express the thoughts and feelings of a young girl growing up in a very adult world. Growing up famous is a strange and unnatural experience. For Northwest, life has always been a performance. From her earliest moments, cameras were a constant presence. Paparazzi have followed her every move, their long lenses capturing trips to the ice cream parlor or walks in the park. These were not just family photos, they were global news items. This intense and unrelenting scrutiny creates a unique kind of pressure. There is no room for a bad day, an awkward phase, or a private moment. Every part of her childhood has been subject to public opinion and judgment, a reality most of us can barely imagine. This constant attention forces a child to grow up fast. North learned to navigate the world of celebrity before she even learned to read. She famously held up a sign that said, "Stop," to the photographers chasing her, a simple but powerful act of a child trying to reclaim a piece of her own life. It showed a sharp awareness of her situation and a refusal to be a passive subject. She understood, perhaps better than anyone, that her image was a commodity. The pressure to be on all the time, to be perfect, is immense. It is a weight that could easily crush a person's spirit. The Kardashian family's life is their brand, and being a part of that means your personal life is content. Family vacations, birthday parties, and quiet moments at home are all potential scenes for a global audience. This blurs the line between what is real and what is for the camera. For North, this means navigating complex family dynamics while millions of people watch and comment. She has had to deal with her parents' very public divorce, a painful experience for any child, but one that was magnified by endless headlines and speculation. This is a level of exposure that presents unique emotional and psychological challenges. Yet, this environment has also equipped her with a unique set of skills. She has a media literacy that most adults lack. She understands the power of an image and the mechanics of fame in a way that is second nature to her. While the pressure is undeniable, it has also forged a remarkable resilience. She seems to have developed a shield, a way of protecting her inner self from the noise outside. Instead of being overwhelmed by the spotlight, she has learned how to control it, using it to her advantage when she chooses and pushing back when she needs to. As she enters her preteen years, North West is no longer just a reflection of her parents. A distinct personality has emerged, one that is bold, funny, and refreshingly honest. She has become the unfiltered voice of a new generation, often using her mother's social media as her stage. She is known for playfully calling out Kim, whether for using a different voice for her online followers, or for not knowing the lyrics to a popular song. This humor and honesty are what make her so compelling. In a world of carefully crafted images, North's raw authenticity feels like a breath of fresh air. It is a sign that she is her own person. Her style has also evolved into something uniquely her own. While she still has access to the world's most exclusive designers, her choices are driven by personal taste, not just trends. She gravitates towards a grunge-inspired, edgy aesthetic, often incorporating vintage band t-shirts and oversized jackets, a clear nod to her father's influence but with her own twist. She is not afraid to experiment, pairing high-fashion pieces with casual streetwear. This confidence in her own style shows that she is not just being dressed, she is making conscious choices about how she presents herself to the world, carving out her own visual identity. What is most striking about North is her confidence. She is not shy or intimidated by the world she was born into. She seems to embrace it, and even challenge it. Whether she is critiquing the Met Gala menu, or giving her unfiltered opinion on a new product, she speaks with a certainty that is rare for someone her age. This is not arrogance, it is a deep-seated self-assurance. She knows her own mind and is not afraid to share her perspective, even if it disrupts the polished narrative around her. She is a force to be reckoned with, a small person with a very big personality. So what does the future hold for North West? The question is no longer if she can escape her parents' shadow, but rather, how she will redefine stardom on her own terms. She possesses her mother's media savvy and her father's artistic soul, but she is mixing them into something entirely new. She is part of a generation that values authenticity and individuality above all else. North West is not just the next Kardashian or the next West. She is the first North, and as her star continues to rise, it is clear she will not be following anyone's path but her own.